Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. I'm your host, Lucina. In today's episode, we have a lively discussion on the best anime of all time. Joining us are former President Obama, former President Trump, and current President Biden. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Let's dive right in.
Thank you, Lucina. It's great to be here. When it comes to the best anime of all time, my pick would be Dragon Ball Z. It's a classic that paved the way for many other shows.
Well, Lucina, I respectfully disagree. The best anime of all time must be Pokemon. It's a worldwide phenomenon and has captured the hearts of people of all ages.
You know, Lucina, I have to side with my good friend Barack on this one. Dragon Ball Z holds a special place in my heart. The action, the character development, it's just incredible.
Interesting choices, gentlemen. 2 votes for Dragon Ball Z and 1 for Pokemon. Let's have a deeper discussion about what makes these shows stand out.
Personally, I believe Dragon Ball Z has been highly influential in gaming and pop culture. It has irresistible characters, fierce battles, and an engaging storyline that keeps you hooked.
Pokemon is not just an anime, it's a cultural phenomenon. It promotes friendship, perseverance, and the importance of teamwork. Plus, the franchise has strong economic impact worldwide.
While both shows have their merits, Dragon Ball Z manages to convey a powerful message about the pursuit of strength and moral growth. The bonds formed between the characters are truly special.
It seems like each anime portrays core values and resonates with different audiences. That being said, choosing the best one is quite subjective. Now let's hear your honorable mentions. Any other anime that made an impact on you?
I have to give a shout out to Naruto. It tackles themes of adversity, friendship, and truly resonated with many young people during its run.
Lucina, I can't forget about One Piece. It's a show that embodies adventure and pursuing dreams amidst treacherous waters. It has consistently held its position as one of the most popular anime for its rich world building.
I'll mention Attack on Titan. It's an intense and gripping tale of humanity versus titanic giants. The series pushed the boundaries of storytelling with deep themes of survival and sacrifice.
Excellent choices, gentlemen. These are all noteworthy anime in their own rights. We must wrap things up for today. I want to thank President Obama, President Trump, and President Biden for sharing their thoughts on the best anime of all time. Until next time, this is Lucina signing off. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. Today, we have a topic that has captivated audiences for years, the hit TV series Breaking Bad. Joining us are President Obama, President Trump, and President Biden. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Lucina. It's great to be here discussing one of the most critically acclaimed shows of all time.
Absolutely, Barack. Breaking Bad was a huge success and it resonated with many Americans.
That's true. Breaking Bad certainly made an impact on pop culture. It tackled complex issues in a unique and gripping way.
So let's dive right into it. What were your initial thoughts on the show's main character, Walter White, a high school chemistry teacher turned methamphetamine producer?
Well, Walter White's transformation from an ordinary family man to a ruthless drug lord was incredibly compelling. It portrayed the consequences of choices taken to the extreme.
I have to say, his entrepreneurial spirit impressed me. Though I don't support illegal activities, I can see the appeal of the character. He was willing to do whatever it took to succeed. The ultimate winner, I'd say.
I understand what you mean, Donald, in terms of the character's determination. However, it's important to remember that there were severe consequences and ethical implications to his actions. It's not a path we should glorify in real life.
Excellent points, gentlemen. Now, what about the relationship between Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, his former student and partner in crime?
Their dynamic was truly fascinating. At first, Walter appeared to be mentoring Jesse, but as the show progressed, you could see his corruptive influence becoming more apparent.
Jesse Pinkman needed guidance, and Walter seemed to have the upper hand in manipulating the young man. It showed the power dynamics one can use in forming alliances.
Yes, but we cannot forget the harm Jesse endured because of his connection to Walter. Their partnership was based on illegal activities and endangered countless lives. It's important to distinguish between fictional characters and real-life morals.
Wise insights, gentlemen. Finally, what did you take away from the show's exploration of moral ambiguity and the concept of the ends justifying the means?
Breaking Bad challenged our preconceived notions of right and wrong. Throughout the series, Walter justifies his actions for the sake of providing for his family. However, it raises important questions about the costs we're willing to pay for success.
I agree with Barack. It highlighted the gray areas in life where decisions become more complex. I'm all for success, but it needs to be achieved in an ethical and legal manner.
Indeed, the show heightened our awareness of morality and the choices we make. It was a cautionary tale about how the pursuit of personal gain can lead to the loss of everything meaningful in one's life.
Spot-on analysis, gentlemen. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on Breaking Bad. It has certainly been an engaging conversation.
Thank you for having us, Lucina.
Always a pleasure.
It was a great discussion, Lucina. Looking forward to our next topic.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Three Presidents podcast. Until next time. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. Today we have an exciting debate lined up between Presidents Obama, Trump, and Biden. Our topic of discussion is the best Marvel movie of all time. So, without further ado, let's dive right in.
Well, Lucina, I have to say that choosing the best Marvel movie is no easy task. There have been so many incredible films in the franchise. My personal favorite would have to be Black Panther. It was not only a superhero film, but it also explored important themes like racial identity and representation.
Oh, please. The biggest hit was Avengers Endgame. Just look at the numbers. Highest grossing film of all time. It's clear that the public agrees with me on this one. Plus, it was an epic culmination of stories from multiple movies with a grand finale that had us all on the edge of our seats.
Well, folks, I'm partial to the more recent MCU installments, and my pick would be Spider-Man: Far From Home. Tom Holland perfectly captures the charm and wit of Peter Parker, and the blend of action, humor, and heartfelt moments made it one of the most enjoyable Marvel films to date.
It seems like we have three different favorites here. President Obama, why do you think Black Panther edges out the competition for you?
Black Panther had a profound impact on popular culture. It became a cultural phenomenon, a celebration of African pride and excellence. Moreover, it showcased a predominantly black cast, broke barriers, and set new standards for representation in the superhero genre.
Well, I understand the cultural significance of Black Panther, but Avengers Endgame was a cinematic event like no other. It was 12 years in the making and delivered on its promises. From beloved characters sacrificing for the greater good to mind-blowing action sequences, it was a thrill ride from start to finish.
Look, I respect both of your choices, but Spider-Man Far From Home brings a certain nostalgic charm while embracing the contemporary superhero storytelling. And let's not forget about Jake Gyllenhaal's portrayal of Mysterio, cool, mysterious, and duplicitous. It brought something fresh to the franchise.
It's evident that each movie has its merits. President Biden, can you explain why Spider-Man Far From Home specifically resonates with you?
Spider-Man Far From Home captures the essence of a coming-of-age story while dealing with the personal growth and challenges that Peter Parker faces. Additionally, the film highlights the theme of mentorship, with Tony Stark's presence playing a significant role in Peter's growth as a hero.
I see where Vice President Biden is coming from, but Avengers Endgame took storytelling and world building to new heights. The Marvel Cinematic Universe just wouldn't be the same without this historic event that left us breathless.
Look, folks, we can argue all day about this, but the numbers don't lie. Avengers Endgame broke records and resonated with audiences all around the world. It'll go down as one of the biggest successes in cinematic history.
Thank you, Presidents Obama, Trump, and Biden, for sharing your perspectives. This debate just goes to show how diverse and beloved the Marvel movies truly are. Join us next time when we tackle another exciting topic here on the Three Presidents podcast. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast, where today we'll be discussing the best faction in Fallout New Vegas. We have Obama, Trump, and Biden here with us. Let's dive right into it. Obama, what's your pick?
Well, Lucina, I have to say the best faction in Fallout New Vegas is the New California Republic, NCR. They promote democracy, maintain law and order, and prioritize rebuilding society. They have a dedicated military and want to bring back balance to the wasteland.
I respectfully disagree with both of you. The best faction is actually Mr. House and the New Vegas Strip. He's got the resources and the vision to rebuild and revitalize the wasteland. With the technologies at his disposal, he can provide safety, a functioning economy, and even entertainment. We need progress, folks.
Interesting.
I have to ask, Trump, how can you support Caesar's Legion? Their disregard for human rights and ruthless tactics are in direct opposition to the values we stand for.
Donald, I understand your concern about security and stability, but we have to ensure that the means justify the ends. We can't turn a blind eye to the Legion's atrocities.
Joe, I appreciate your suggestion of Mr. House and his technological prowess. However, we should question What consequences might come from placing so much power in one person's hands?
Fair point, Barack. We must consider the potential risks of authorizing one individual to control the fate of the wasteland.
Look, folks, we can discuss hypothetical risks and values all day long, but ultimately we need a faction that can bring results. That's what Caesar's Legion offers.
Donald, we cannot compromise on our fundamental values in pursuit of short-term gains. There are alternative ways of achieving stability and progress.
Joe, how about we evaluate the NCR's approach? They may not be perfect, but they align more with our democratic principles and offer a feasible path forward.
Thank you, all three of you, for your insights. It's clear that this is a complex debate, and it's a testament to the depth and richness of Fallout New Vegas. Unfortunately, we are out of time for today. Join us next time for another enlightening topic on the Three Presidents podcast. Goodbye, everyone. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. I'm your host, Lucina. In our last episode, President Obama, President Trump, and President Biden decided to bond over a game of League of Legends. Let's jump back into the action.
Excitedly. All right, Joe, let's dominate the bot lane just like we used to dominate in the White House.
Laughs. You got it, Barack. I'll handle the support role and you go for those kills. Laughs, we're on fire, Barack. It seems like the teamwork we had in the West Wing is paying off on the Rift.
Frustrated. Enough of your laning phase. I'm coming to make this game great again in the mid lane.
Laughs. Looks like Trump is on a special mission to feed the enemy team.
Oh, come on, Donald. You have to be more strategic.
Defensively, I have the best strategies, believe me, but these other teammates are holding me back.
Chuckles. Donald, maybe you need some coaching from Joe and me after the game.
I should have known that Trump's strong suit is not in gaming, but hey, it's all about having fun, right? Cheerful. Barack, we're crushing it. Mid lane might be struggling, but our bot lane is thriving.
That's what real teamwork looks like, Joe. Let's secure this victory and check if Donald has properly built the wall in the mid lane.
Groans. This game is rigged just like everything else.
And that's it for this game of League of Legends. President Obama and President Biden showcased their teamwork while President Trump certainly provided entertainment. Join us next time on the Three Presidents podcast as we delve into another fascinating discussion. Thank you for listening to the Three Presidents podcast. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcast platforms and stay tuned for more stories from President Obama, President Biden, and President Trump. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast, where Presidents Obama, Biden, and Trump come together to discuss important topics and engage in some friendly banter. We pick up right where we left off, discussing the playing Street Fighter VI. President Trump seems to be having some challenges on the game, trying to advance past the iron rank. Let's jump in and see how it's going. President Biden's living room. The presidents are gathered around a gaming console with Street Fighter VI loaded up.
So, Joe, did Trump figure out his way through the iron rank yet? We're all rooting for him.
Hey now, don't you all start ganging up on me. I just need a little more time to refine my techniques. You'll see.
Chuckles. All right, Donald, we believe in you. Just keep practicing, my man. Rome wasn't built in a day.
That's true, Joe. Trump, you need to approach your gameplay with a strategic mindset, lower your impulsive moves, and focus on anticipating your opponent's next move.
Grumbles. Yeah, I hear you. But sometimes you just got to go all out and swing that joystick, you know?
Oh, believe me, I know that feeling, Donald. But trust me, balancing offense with defense could be the key to victory. You're a formidable opponent. I can sense it.
Absolutely, Donald. And remember, each character has unique moves and abilities. Mastering those will give you an edge. Experiment with different characters and find the one that suits your play style.
You guys make it sound so easy, but I'll give it a shot. Who knows, maybe I'll surprise you all with my untapped Street Fighter skills.
That's the spirit, Donald. The important thing is to have fun, enjoy the game, and keep pushing yourself. We're all in this together, even if it's in virtual worlds.
That's right, Barack. We're here to support each other, even when it comes to video games. Remember, it's not just about winning. It's about the friendships we build along the way.
Well, when you put it like that, I suppose it doesn't matter if I make it past Iron Rank or not. Just being here, enjoying this moment with you two, is what really matters.
Exactly, Donald. That's the spirit of the Three Presidents podcast, one that extends beyond politics and into moments like this. We may have different views, but we find common ground even in video games.
That's what unity is all about, my friends. Playing Street Fighter or discussing world affairs, we can always come together and bond over our shared experiences.
And there you have it, folks. A lighthearted gaming session with Presidents Obama, Biden, and Trump, full of encouragement and camaraderie. We'll be back with more exciting moments on the Three Presidents podcast. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Three Presidents podcast. Be sure to subscribe and tune in next time for more engaging conversations and insights from Presidents Obama, Biden, and Trump. Welcome back to another episode of the Three Presidents podcast. I'm your host, Lucina, and today we have an exciting scene for you. We join Presidents Obama, Biden, and Trump in a friendly game of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Biden is cheering on Obama while Trump struggles to keep up. Let's jump into the action.
All right, Trump, prepare to be schooled in the art of Super Smash Bros.
We'll see about that, Obama. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Pikachu, huh? A fitting choice for an electricity-themed presidency, but I'll go with Kirby, hungry like me for success.
You can choose any character you like, but with all due respect, Trump, I don't think skill can be taught. It requires experience and dedication.
Go, Obama, you got this.
It's all about timing, Trump. Let me show you how it's done.
This game is rigged. I'm not used to these controls.
Don't give up, Trump. Keep trying.
Persistence is crucial, Trump. Remember that in both politics and gaming.
This is outrageous. I must quit. This game is terrible.
Don't be a sore loser, Trump. Accept defeat gracefully and learn from your mistakes.
Easy for you to say, Obama. You always seem to have the upper hand.
Come on, Trump. You can't let one loss get to you. Maybe next time.
Next time, I'm not sure if I can handle the humiliation again.
Well, Biden, looks like Trump couldn't handle the pressure. The game is not just about winning, but also about endurance.
You showed incredible skill, Obama. Maybe I should try my hand at Super Smash Bros. too.
Anytime, Biden. It's never too late to enter the gaming world.
And that's all we have time for today on the Three Presidents podcast. Join us next time as Biden takes on the challenge of Super Smash Brothers. Until then, keep gaming, be persistent, and remember to never shy away from a little competition. This is Lucina, signing off. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. We've had an engaging discussion so far, but we can't have a podcast without some lively arguments. Today, we'll be discussing who the greatest president of all time is. We have President Obama, President Biden, and former President Trump with us. Shall we begin?
Lucina, first of all, thank you for having us. As a member of this podcast, I'll share my perspective. When I served as the 44th president, my administration enacted policies that led to the recovery of the economy after the Great Recession, expanded healthcare access through the Affordable Care Act, and improved international relations through diplomatic efforts.
Absolutely not. The greatest president of all time is myself, the 45th president, Donald J. Trump. I built a robust economy, renegotiated trade deals, and prioritized America's interests above all else.
Gentlemen, let's share our arguments respectfully.
Thank you, Lucina. I hold great admiration and respect for both Presidents Obama and Trump, but I stand here as their successor, the 46th president. My administration is focused on uniting the nation, addressing climate change, and building back better from the challenging time we face.
Biden, it's too early to say you're the greatest president of all time. You've got to prove your presidency just like I did mine. Look at our booming stock market, promises fulfilled, standing up for American jobs. No one can undercut my accomplishments.
Lucina, let's focus on policy outcomes and long-term impacts. I strongly believe my presidency slowed the foreclosure crisis, promoted clean energy, and made strides towards comprehensive immigration reform. These achievements illustrate why I believe I belong in the ranks of greatness.
Both of my predecessors made important contributions, but uniting the country and addressing systemic challenges requires a holistic approach. From economic recovery to racial justice efforts, my presidency aims to bring us together and restore America's standing.
Interrupting. No, Biden, it's all talk and no action. My presidency brought real change, made our military stronger, and prompted record job growth. No one revitalized American industries like I did. I will always stake my claim as the greatest president of all time.
We've heard passionate arguments today from our three presidents. It's clear every leader has their own accomplishments and legacies. Our listeners can reflect on these discussions and come to their own conclusions. Thank you all for joining me today on the Three Presidents podcast. Tune in next time for more thought-provoking discussions. Goodbye. Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast, where we have a special segment today. Today we're diving deep into the SpongeBob universe, discussing which season is truly the best. President Trump, as our special guest today, I'll start with you. Which season of SpongeBob SquarePants do you think is the best?
Well, Lucina, let me tell you, nobody knows SpongeBob better than I do. I've watched every season, and let me tell you, season 3 is hands down the best season. It's full of iconic episodes, hilarious humor, and that patented SpongeBob charm.
President Obama, what's your take on this?
While I respect President Trump's choice, I have to disagree. Season 2 is where SpongeBob truly came into its own. The introduction of new characters like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, the classic episodes like Band Geeks and The Graveyard Shift, made this season truly special.
Interesting point, President Obama. President Biden, what's your perspective?
Well, I have to say it's a tough call, but personally I think season 1 is the best. It laid the foundation for the show's iconic humor, introduced us to the iconic characters like Squidward and Sandy, and the catchy theme song that remains ingrained in our minds to this day.
Interrupting, season 1? Seriously, Joe? It was good, but it lacked the smart writing and creativity that came later. Season 3 introduced episodes like Krusty Krab training video and Chocolate with Nuts that still bring me great joy.
Well, no one's denying the witty writing of Season 3, but Season 2 expanded on the magic of Season 1 and elevated the show to a whole new level. The Band Geeks episode alone is a masterpiece of storytelling.
Chuckles. While season 2 certainly has its merits, I have to stick with my choice. Season 1 laid the groundwork and captured the hearts of viewers around the world. It holds a special place in SpongeBob fans' hearts.
Well, it seems like we have 3 differing opinions on the matter. It just goes to show how shows like SpongeBob can resonate differently with different individuals. What matters most is the joy it brings to all our lives.
Absolutely, Lucina. At the end of the day, SpongeBob remains a beloved cartoon, and we can all have our favorite seasons. As long as it brings happiness, who am I to argue?
Wise words, President Trump. And as we conclude this passionate SpongeBob debate, we ask our listeners to share their thoughts on their favorite seasons. We want to hear from you. Thank you, President Trump, President Obama, and President Biden for joining me in this fun discussion today. Tune in to the Three Presidents podcast next week, where we'll dive into another intriguing topic.
Thank you, Lucina. Always a pleasure to be here.
Good to be back, Lucina. Let's dive into this debate.
You know, Lucina, this is a very important topic. Everyone wants to know the answer to this question, and the answer is simple. It's the 7th season. Well, the 7th season of Futurama brought back some fan-favorite episodes. We saw the return of the scary door, Zap Brannigan's outrageous antics, and the hilarious Professor Farnsworth. It truly captured the essence of the show.
While season 7 had its moments, I'd argue that the prime seasons were 4 and 5. They were consistently clever and introduced some iconic storylines like Bender's existential crisis and the epic episodes The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings and The Sting.
Lucina, don't forget about season 2. The show was still finding its footing there, and the episodes had a lot of heart. They really solidified the relationship between Fry, Leela, and Bender, and we saw some of the show's funniest standalone episodes like Fry and the Slurm Factory and Amazon Women in the Mood.
Thank you, Lucina. Looking forward to the next episode.
Thanks, Lucina. Be sure to catch our other crossover discussions in the future.
It's been a pleasure, Lucina. I'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the Three Presidents podcast. Today we have an interesting topic for our esteemed guests. We'll be discussing which season of Futurama is the best. President Obama, President Biden, and President Trump are here with us to share their opinions. Let the debate begin.
Well, believe me, folks, I have to say that season 2 of Futurama is the best. It had some tremendous episodes. Roswell That Ends Well, Ahead in the Polls, and Anthology of Interest 1, just to name a few. So many laughs, so much winning.
Now, Donnie, I respect your opinion, but I have to disagree. For me, it's got to be season 4. The writing was top-notch with brilliant episodes like Jurassic Bark, The Sting, and the Farnsworth Parabox. These emotionally powerful moments and complex storytelling can't be beaten.
Joe, I appreciate your choice, but let me tell you, season 6 takes the cake. It had that perfect mix of sci-fi goodness and clever humor. Who could forget episodes like The Late Philip J. Fry, Reincarnation, or The Prisoner of Benda?
Barack, I think you're forgetting that season 2 transformed Futurama into the classic we all love. Those original jokes, the introduction of some amazing characters like Zap Brannigan. It set the foundation for everything that came after.
Donald, while I understand season 2's importance, the depth of storytelling in season 4 is unparalleled. It examined the relationships among the characters and explored themes of love, loss, and friendship. It had heart, Donnie, something that resonated with audiences.
Joe, I see where you're coming from, but season 6 pushed Futurama into new creative territories. It continued to surprise us with mind-bending episodes and showcased the brilliant writing talents of the show's creators. It was adventurous and inventive.
Barack, I have to respectfully disagree. Season 4 earned critical acclaim and solidified the show's place in television history. It tackled serious issues with grace while still maintaining its signature humor. The emotional depth showcased in Jurassic Bark still gets me choked up.
Well, gentlemen, it seems we have a significant disagreement here. Each season had its highlights, but ultimately it's a matter of personal opinion. I'm sure our listeners have their favorites too.
And that's the beauty of healthy debates. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to subjective preferences. Thank you all for sharing your opinions on Futurama. Stay tuned for more engaging discussions on the Three Presidents podcast. Until next time. The Three Presidents Podcast, Episode 12, The Great Anime Debate. Welcome back, listeners, to another exciting episode of the Three Presidents Podcast. I'm your host, Lucina. Today, we have an interesting topic on the table. We will be diving into the realm of anime and discussing who the best waifu is. Joining me in this heated debate are the three presidents: President Obama, President Biden, and President Trump. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Ready as ever, Lucina?
I've done some homework on anime, Lucina. Let's go.
Trust me, Lucina, nobody knows more about waifus than I do. Let's get this started.
Excellent. Obama, let's start with you. Who do you think is the best anime waifu?
Lucina, my pick for the best waifu would have to be Hinata Hyuga from Naruto. She is kind-hearted, loyal, and always ready to protect her loved ones. Her shy nature drew us in, and her unwavering support for Naruto melts our hearts.
Interesting choice, Obama. Biden, over to you. Who gets your vote for the best waifu?
Well, Lucina, my selection is Asuna from Sword Art Online. She's not only a skilled warrior, but also displays great leadership qualities. Asuna is not afraid to fight for what she believes in, and her dedication knows no bounds.
Chuckles. All right, it's time for the real deal. The best waifu is undoubtedly 02 from Darling in the Franxx. You see Lucina, she's fierce, unpredictable, and outgoing. She has an unmatched charisma and leaves a lasting impression on everyone who watches the show. That's what makes 02 the top waifu.
Impressive choices, gentlemen. We certainly have a mix of qualities here. So, let's back up a bit. Obama, why is Hinata your favorite?
Hinata's character development throughout Naruto is astounding. She goes from a timid girl to a strong woman willing to challenge even the most formidable opponents. Her dedication to Naruto, both as a teammate and a love interest, bolsters her place as the best waifu.
Biden, what makes Asuna stand out for you?
Well, Lucina, Asuna showcases strength both on and off the battlefield. But what truly wins me over is her unwavering commitment to Kirito, always standing by his side through thick and thin. Their love story sends a powerful message about friendship, loyalty, and trust.
Trump, you made a bold choice with 02. Care to add more?
You see, Lucina, the best waifu is someone who grabs your attention and holds on to it. 02's unique personality combined with her striking appearance and captivating storyline guarantee that she will forever be remembered as one of the most beloved waifus.
Well, gentlemen, I must say each of your choices presents solid reasoning. Our debate might not lead to a clear winner, as this is a subjective matter. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for the passion you exhibited while defending your picks.
It's been a lively discussion today, Lucina.
Absolutely, Lucina, but in the end, the beauty of anime lies in its diverse characters that touch our hearts.
Couldn't agree more, Lucina. Anime brings people together, and even in our differences, we find common ground.
Agreed, Presidents. With that being said, who knows what amazing debates and discussions our listeners will explore next. Until next time, let's keep the spirit of understanding and harmony alive. This is Lucina signing off for the Three Presidents podcast.